by the savannah, straight down to Green Corner, down to Salvatore, Victoria down to
The rivers of Trinidad and Tobago served as a compelling metaphor for the first of Minshall's dramas, with names like Caroni, Santa Cruz, Oropouche, and Cap de Ville, some 26 rivers reflecting a mosaic of Carib, French, Spanish, English, African, and East Indian heritages provided a veritable fashion plate for the band's costumes. River street and stage performances on Carnival Monday were designed around the pristine condition of the birth of nature. It was an unprecedented choreography of colorless art.
I think that in my heart, the most profound work that I have done in the Mass shall remain the band River. As a work of art, it was searingly direct. It was one of those times where the utter simplicity of it made it big, 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 big. And that in the Mass we should have had a living, moving, dancing canvas that was painted by the people on the streets. I think much of my work in the Mass, and as I have matured within the Mass and personally as a man, much of my work does deal with the opposition of the forces of good and the forces of evil. I mean, one just has to look at the world today. One doesn't even have to look at the Mass to see that opposition clearly working all around us. A story can be told in two sentences. A story in two acts. Day one, which is the Monday Mass. Here is the clean, pure, unpolluted river. Here is the virgin land. Here are the people living with the land and caring for it. And there you had a canopy of white, which symbolically joined the entire band together in a statement which did not even need to be said. All are we as one. From the beginning of the river to the end, this one piece of white flowing cloth, this soft sculpture that danced through the streets of Port of Spain, around corners, up and about, and across the savannah. And these noble natives of this land, dressed in simple white cotton, in the clothes of their forefathers, led by a washerwoman, her washing dancing in the breeze, a washerwoman who banishes the threatening man-crab, who is the modern demon, the unleashed forces of technology, now running ahead, and man can't even catch up with it to control it and bring it back and set his planet in order.
River's impact on the color-conscious carnival machinery was initially felt, however, on the previous night. Occasion was the coronation of the King and Queen of Carnival at an outdoor arena in the heart of the city. Peter Samuel, Minshall's perennial king, who had regaled audiences with The Devil Ray in 1979, Midnight Robber in 1980, and The Sacred and the Profane in 1982, numbed the senses in 1983 with his portrayal of Man-Crab. Such a chilling display of creative gall marked the advent of a kinetic sculpture in Minshall's war on commercial mass. The carnival had only just begun.
Everybody asked what was Man-Crab, what it was about. The whole thing is, it was a machine, right? And all the technological parts of man. What Peter was saying is, if you don't be careful with all this so-called, as I said, advancement, right? Okay, the performance of Man-Crab on stage was, everybody was saying what the blood, what is the significance of the blood, right? What he was showing is Man-Crab, all his greed, just eating up everything around him, which is what's happening around us. Ends up killing himself, right? Win wars and things like that. That's what Man-Crab was about.
We have had many kings in our production in the past. Man-Crab was a bit different. different from the point of view that in previous years we would bill a king that is pretty, very effective and expect a lot of applause. This time Minch asked that we do something entirely different because of the theme. The theme is man crab, really man's image, man's technology, man weapons. This time he asked that in the costume we expect a different, entirely different than in the past, that we were hoping that the people, because it would be so grotesque, that people, rather than applaud, we will be happy if they boo. The head represents man's technology computerized. So it resembles a computer. The poles that were keeping up the canopy were weapons. The claws is usually down in a crab, but we put it up because we use the ends as blades, really, swords or blades, however you want to see it, so that by turning it up it is more effective. It shows the computer aspect of man, his weapons, his sometimes very grotesque animal instinct in him.
What he was saying is, if man isn't careful, and it's right where he's going, he's leading to his own destruction. And that man crab ended up coming off stage, de-gutting himself, with all the blood flowing and everything else.
With Monday's celebration still burning on the memory, Tuesday's performance provided little relief from Minshall's seemingly endless human tableau.
Tuesday presentation, man crab, there's a funny kind of symbolism working there. Man crab, the story goes, and this is all the plot that one needs to know. Man crab, using his finest technology, makes a rainbow of color, and he throws it into the river water. The rainbow of color from man crab, of course, are all those technological benefits that we crave. The motor car, the TV set, the fridge, little knowing that to get all of those things, some part of the planet has to be destroyed. And so, but that is man crab's rainbow, and of course the people they go to the river with buckets of water, and they pour man crab's colors all over themselves. There's another interesting paradox here. I have heard just too many times now that carnival is color. Well, River had more color in it on that Tuesday than any carnival band has ever had. Yet the color was nasty. It was dirty. It was not at all pleasant. Everybody agreed that on the Monday it looked so nice, but on the so color per se is meaningless. Color can be as ugly as it can be pretty.